Hello there, my friends. Welcome to the Star Wars Vault. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe for new Star Wars content every week. What's going on, guys? Today I look to break down the sixth part of Ahsoka, which was released last night on Disney+. Episode 6 is titled Far, Far Away, and for good reason, because we start with the Purrgil whale that Ahsoka and Huyang are inside, as they travel through perhaps the fastest hyperspace lane we've seen to date. Ahsoka expresses her disappointment in Sabine for making the choice that ultimately set up Thrawn's great return. We flip over to the Eye of Sion, where Sabine is shackled and isolated. She shows anger toward Baylan, citing he gave her his word. Soon the hyperspace ring reaches its destination, and we see Morgan Elsbeth along with Baylan, Shin, and Sabine fly down to a planet in this distant galaxy. When they touch surface, they are greeted by a group of Night Sisters on ancient ruins. It is here where we learn how Morgan could hear Thrawn calling to her through time and space, as she said, because these Night Sisters revealed they assisted in that connection. The Night Sisters sense Sabine, and even call her a Jedi, to which she is directed to be put in isolation once again. She tries to use the Force to open her prison door to no avail, as we witness a giant Imperial cruiser fly nearby herself. This Star Destroyer is Thrawn's ship, which went missing at the end of Rebels. This ship is called the Chimera. We also get to see Baylan talking to Shin about the tales around Peridea when he was in the Jedi Order, and how he feels now that they are living this legend. Back to the Chimera, what looks to be thousands of Night Troopers are displayed, with the much-anticipated debut of Grand Admiral Thrawn in live action as he walks to greet Morgan and the Night Sisters. Baylan Skoll introduces himself to Thrawn and offers him Sabine's use as a prisoner as he makes Thrawn aware of his agreement with Sabine. They bring her to Thrawn, to which she doesn't share kind feelings toward. However, the Grand Admiral gives the former Mandalorian Ezra's last known whereabouts, as well as her weapons to go search for him. He does note that once his ship leaves, she will be stranded in this galaxy, along with the possibility of Ezra already being dead. She ventures off and runs into some lethal locals who try to kill her. She struggles with fighting them off until she ignites her green lightsaber, making short work of the invaders. Thrawn then tells Baylan and his apprentice Shin to follow Sabine, and in the scenario that she finds Ezra, they are ordered to destroy them both. Thrawn meets with Morgan Elsbeth to tell her he is only sending 2 attack squads to assist Baylan and Shin. He states their main objective is to escape this galaxy, and if they have to leave Baylan and Shin behind, he will not hesitate. Sabine continues her journey and runs into a bunch of alien creatures that she has never met before. These crab rock hiding-like beings are called the Noti, and after attempting to communicate with one, Sabine sees it's wearing a rebel symbol. She quickly realizes that it must have gotten this from Ezra and asks them to take her to him. As Shin and Baylan follow Sabine's trail, they begin to discuss more about Peridea and their Jedi backgrounds. Baylan believes coming to this galaxy is a way to have a beginning and to break the cycle of greater powers falling and rising. Something quite interesting is how Shin shows obvious reservations about this newfound place, even suggesting that they should leave, calling it a wasteland. Baylan replies saying the Night Sisters wish to leave because maybe they fear a power greater than their own. He then claims something calls to him on this planet, asking Shin if she can hear it. Going over to Sabine as she follows the Noti and is finally reunited with Ezra once again. Ezra has made friends out of the Noti, and we see that he has grown out both his hair and a thick beard. Sabine looks the happiest we've ever seen her in this show, and decides not to clue Ezra in on how she found him, trying to soak in the excitement of seeing her long-lost friend. Shifting over to the Chimera, the great Night Sister mothers make Thrawn aware of a Jedi on its way to their galaxy. Thrawn realizes immediately that this Jedi is indeed Ahsoka Tano. He shows anger toward Morgan, who claimed Ahsoka was dead. He tells her to get all information on her, including who her master was, in order to prepare for her arrival. I love this as it showed Thrawn's knack for an in-depth strategic game plan to counter his adversaries. This episode finishes as the Grand Admiral tells Morgan if a Purrgil whale enters their system, that she must destroy it to further prevent Ahsoka interrupting his plans. And there we have episode 6 of the Ahsoka show. I personally enjoyed this one. Very solid episode as we got to see both Thrawn and Ezra in live action. We finally got to go to this distant galaxy and experience new creatures. Lots of Baylan and Shin dialogue revealing more about their backgrounds. And funny enough, not a ton of Ahsoka, as she only appeared for a minute or so early in this episode. I will say I was a little bored with the Sabine scene right before she finds Ezra. Just felt like it took too long and even made me worry we wouldn't see Ezra until episode 7. It was still cute and all, seeing her with the no-D, but I feel like they could have cut that from 10 minutes down to 5 and still have had the same intended effect. Also, it was cool to see the great Night Sister mothers. I really feel like those scenes add more lore to Star Wars as a whole. Overall, I'd give this episode 7.5 out of 10. Again, pretty good, but it's hard to come off of last week's episode with Anakin. And personally, I love seeing more of Ahsoka, especially since this is her show. But for the story, I do understand why she barely appeared in this episode. Now it's time for you guys to tell me what you think. Did you enjoy traveling to a new galaxy for the first time in Star Wars? Were you captivated by Thrawn's debut? What do you think will happen in Part 7 when Ahsoka shows up? Whatever your opinions are, make sure to comment them down below. Also, don't forget to force push the like button if you enjoyed today's video. I greatly appreciate it. You can follow my social media by clicking the links in the description. That's it for today's video. I'll catch you all when Part 7 comes out next week. So until then, may the Force be with you.